The Phillies stink. In the last 4 games he has pitched, James Paxton has not been good. Something will be determined tonight. Is that fair to say?
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Well, no more after tonight. I mean, the numbers for James Paxton over the last 4 games have been awful. His post-injury stats in general have been awful, and that includes his most dominant start of the season when he first came off the DL and was unbelievable in that first start. Since then, and including then, he's 2-2, but that does not tell the story. With a 6.5 ERA, a WHIP essentially double what it was before his injury, and opponents hitting more than 300, more than 320 against him. He's been bad. As much as I love James Paxton, there's no other way to say it. In his last 4 games, he's been a bad major league pitcher. And when he goes up against a bad major league lineup tonight, I think we get a chance to see whether there's a real problem here.
Yeah, we poked a little fun last week. Was it Thursday, Friday? We poked a little fun at one of our callers who called in and said, well, I'm going to judge the whole season on this night. Yeah, if they win, right, Felix wins, then I'm gonna be all in. If they lose, I'm
so
out.
That guy's in. I forgot about that.
Yeah, wherever he's at. James, I think, was his name down February.
I wonder how the next 2 losses affected him.
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he's still all in. Maybe he's back out. Who knows? I think it's awfully dangerous to ever circle one game ever in 162
Very
and
dangerous.
put that much stock into it.
Who knows what could happen to you if you do that?
That said, James Paxton, after an off day and everything you just referenced there and who you're playing and Philadelphia coming into town, that all said, you would sure like to see them push into the All-Star break over the next 12 games and feel good about themselves. I mean, this is a time that you have to take advantage of the competition, of your schedule, of a couple off days, an All-Star break looming. These are the kind of moments in the course of a season, and especially, Mike, if you're going to do anything like Harold Reynolds says, and go for it and make an addition and tell your GM and tell your manager and tell the president and tell the new owner that, yeah, we can take this next step and we can compete and really need just, another arm here and another bat there, another weapon here, then these are the opportunities you got to take advantage of, and James got to do so tonight.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Let me ask you this. So we often sort of have the most irreplaceable Seahawk conversation, right? We've had various incarnations of that over the years. If you were to start listing Mariners in terms of their effect upon making the postseason this year, does that make sense?
Yes.
Like who will have the number 1 biggest impact, the number 2 biggest impact, et cetera? Where does Paxton land on that list for you?
Ooh, way up there. Yeah, I think way up there compared to like Felix. We talked about Friday going into Felix's start for all of the airtime we gave him in February and March. All of a sudden he's gone for a couple months and yeah, you missed him to a degree, but it didn't sink the season by any stretch. Mike, when you've got the kind of stuff that Paxton has, when you can go 7-8 innings, when you can just totally shut people down, you so improve your margin for win. And the fact that you've got 17 or so starts here, 18 starts over the next 3 months where you're going to need that, you're going to lean into that, you have to have that at some point. As the schedule gets more difficult into August, I put Paxton in my top 5.
Who else is there? Who's above him?
I think
anybody.
I think a Robbie.
Cano?
Yeah, I think a Nelson Cruz. I think a Robbie Cano. I think those guys. I'd like to put Seager on that list as well. I mean, you're 3, 4, and 5. I think that those guys.
I don't think at this point you can. I mean,
well, who plays third base if Seager's out? Right?
It's not that. It's just I don't just mean living without them. It's just them performing and what it means. I don't know. I don't just mean take them away. It's just who will have the biggest impact on making it to the playoffs. And I don't know whether it's fair to put Kyle Seager on that list.
But the
now.
point is,
maybe it is.
But the point is, I think the bigger and broader point is Paxton plays a significant role. I mean, a very, very, very significant role, if not the most important of all of these pitchers. And the time it's going to take Smiley to get back. And as nice as a piece as Miranda is, he doesn't have the stuff that James Paxton does. They're locked and loaded, a guy with an arsenal to shut people down. If you're going to make a run, you would think that guy's got to be at his very best over the next 18 starts.